Hello and welcome students. Today we are going to learn about types of educational management. So the objectives are understanding the types of educational management, the concept of centralization, the concept of decentralization. Introduction. With a view to getting work done by others, the function of educational management is to focus on and pay attention to organizing personnel and their work. This proper organization weaves a neat pattern of relationships among personnel, their efforts, jobs, duties and activities, work for ensuring a harmonious teamwork towards the smooth functioning of the organization. Meaning, according to Coase and O'Donnell, organization involves the establishment of authority relationships with provision for coordination between them, both vertically and horizontally in the enterprise structure. Sheldon defines organization as the process of so combining the work which individuals or groups have to perform with facilities necessary for its execution, that the duties so performed provide the best channels for efficient, systematic, positive and coordinated application of available effort. Thus, organization as a function of management is concerned with many aspects which then define or demarcate the levels of management. Some of these aspects are: number 1, identifying and grouping of work and activities. Number 2, assigning these activities to appropriate departments, sections and individuals. Number 3, defining responsibility. Number 4, providing authority, delegation, accountability. Number 5, ensuring coordination and communication. Number 6, provision of facilities and equipments. Number 7, establishing structural relationships. Levels of educational management. There are two bases to determine the levels of management in the higher educational institutions. They are on the basis of authority and responsibility and on the basis of function. For the implementation of the organizational strategy, its aims and objectives, the institutions have different levels as far as the management is concerned. The two main levels of educational management are centralization and decentralization. Some heads would like to have a centralized system of management and some may have decentralized system of management. The concept of centralization. Centralization is the pattern of centralized setup, that is, decision-making authority is centralized in few hands at the top. It is the systematic and consistent reservation of authority at the central parts in the organization. Hence, centralization in the higher educational institutions means all the decision-making process and authority will be vested with the heads of the educational institutions. For everything, one has to take permission from the head. He is the final man who will decide. Till the final decision comes from the head, no one can do any work. In this setup, the staff, the students, etc. cannot suggest the head. The head is all-powerful. Advantages of the centralized system. Top manager gets more power, prestige and a feeling of importance. Quick decision is possible, whether it is good or bad, as there is tighter control on operations. Better coordination may be obtained. There is greater uniformity of policy decisions and practice throughout the institution. Communication will be effective. But at the same time, it will attract a lot of conflicts within the staff. Levels of management based on authority and responsibility are top level, middle level, supervisory level, learner level. Levels of management based on functions are administrative level, executive level, supervisory level, learner level. Levels on the basis of authority and responsibility. Top level. In every educational institution, particularly the higher educational institution, the top level is essential. Top level consists of the following persons: principal, director, vice chancellor, dean of college development council, registrar, administrative officer. If the higher educational institution is a university, then the vice chancellor, registrar, the dean of the college development council and the faculty deans constitute the top level. If the institution is a college, then the principal, faculty deans and the administrative officer constitute the top level management. In case of a higher educational institution, the director and the administrative officer constitute the top level. Top level of management. Top level of management in case of university, vice chancellor, director, registrar, dean of the college development council, faculty deans. Top level of management in case of college, principal, administrative officer, faculty deans, head of the department. Middle level. Next after the top level comes the middle level. The authority and responsibility are vested with the departmental heads. The heads of the departments are fully responsible for the activities of the department. They are responsible for the preparation of timetable, allocation of subjects and classes to the lecturers, maintaining classes, etc. They are responsible for the smooth conduct of classes and are responsible for the regularity of the members, lecturers, helpers, supporting staff of their departments. Supervisory staff. The senior-most teachers next to the heads of the department and the other teachers constitute this level. This level has the duties and responsibilities to attain the desired objectives of the higher educational institutions. They are the actual persons who are going to cultivate knowledge, values and beliefs. They have to teach, guide and mentor students. They have to have discussions with the student community. Lower level. The lower level is the students represented by the class representatives for the smooth functioning at the lower level, that is the classroom level. It is always better and wise to select at least 2 class representatives and 2 assistant class representatives for smooth and efficient functioning of the classroom activities. The class representatives understand other students better and can convey any problem faced by the students to the concerned teachers, who will in turn do their duty to convey the same to the heads of the departments. Thus, the problem will be addressed to and resolved at the earliest. Levels on the basis of function. On the basis of the functions to be performed, the management aspect of the higher educational institution is divided into 4 types of levels, namely administrative level, executive level, supervisory level and learners level. Administrative level. This level comprises of vice chancellor, director or principal, dean of the college development council, registrar, administrative officer and librarian, deans of the faculties and the head of the departments. The main duties are to make internal rules, to prepare different plans, to prepare academic programs, to procure books, equipments, chemicals and appraisals, etc., to decide dates for various activities of the institution, for example, annual prize distribution day, etc. Levels on the basis of function. administrative level, VC, director, principal, dean of the college development council, administrative officer, librarian, deans of the faculties and heads of the departments. Executive level, the heads of the departments. Supervisory level, teachers. Learners level, class representatives. Executive level. Next in the top level, the authority and responsibility is vested with the departmental heads. The heads of the departments are fully responsible for the activities of their departments. They are responsible for the preparation of timetable, allocating subjects and classes to teachers. They have to check the regularity of the lecturers and have to decide about the tests and other departmental programs to be arranged. Supervisory level. The senior-most teachers next to the head of the department and the other teachers constitute this level. This level has actually a lot of responsibilities. They are the actual persons who are going to cultivate the knowledge, teach, mentor, guide, and facilitate the student community. Learners level. The students constitute this level. For a proper organizational setup in educational management, the role of the student is of vital importance. Generally, to represent students, class representatives are nominated, who in turn feel and understand the problems of the classmates and report the same to the concerned teacher. The concept of decentralization. This is directly opposite to the centralized system of educational management. In decentralization, the authority to take decisions is dispersed. The delegation has become an important part of decentralization. Decentralization refers to the pushing down of authority and power of decision making to lower levels of organization. Delegation of work helps in establishing decentralization in an organization. The degree of decentralization in any organization depends upon the structural pattern of the organization as well as the outlook of top management in distributing planning duties. In decentralization, delegation of power and authority from higher to lower levels of organization is often accomplished by the creation of small, self-contained organizational units, sections, departments. The delegation has become an important part of decentralization. As such, the head of the educational institution, instead of keeping all the authority of decision making with him, can delegate the authority to his immediate subordinates, that is, heads of the departments. As far as certain departmental issues are concerned, the heads of the departments may be given full liberty to take their own decisions regarding number 1, the conduct of classes, number 2, calling students for general and special classes, number 3, allocation of subjects, number 4, preparation of timetable, number 5, arranging or engaging visiting faculties or part-time lecturers, number 6, directing the department staff, number 7, devising strategies of discipline, number 8, devising punishment policies, number 9, conducting tests, number 10, solving student-related matters. Factors influencing the degree of decentralization. Number A, size of the institution. If its size is large, decentralization is usually higher. Number B, nature of syllabi. Greater the variety in courses, faculties are bound, affiliation, greater should be extent of decentralization. Number C, quality of managerial personnel. The attitudes, abilities, interpersonal skills, maturity, experience, etc. of the personnel within an organization have a profound influence on the extent of decentralization. Number D, growth rate of an institution. If the growth rate of institution is high, degree of decentralization should also be higher. Number E, use of computers or information technology. The use of computers and IT leads to a greater degree of decentralization. Benefits of decentralization. Number 1, it lessens the burden of top management. The chief executive of institutional head is unburdened of the routine problems, and as a result of this responsibility shifts to the top manager. The top manager gets more power, prestige, and a feeling of importance. Number 2, diversification becomes easy. Senior executives attend to major problems, so their abilities are not overtaxed. Number 3, there is better coordination of all activities within a department or a section. Number 4, the heads of the departments, when entrusted with major powers, will urge for participation in management processes so that their contribution becomes more. Thus, decentralization will serve as a motivator. Number 5, the decision-making authority is delegated to the heads of the departments. It will speed up the work in the department. Number 6, this decentralization to the departments will create a sort of competition, which in turn will facilitate the head of the educational institution to exercise effective control. He can exercise a tighter control on operations. Number 7, weak managers cannot hide their shortcomings, and dynamic managers can be appraised more realistically. Number 8, quick decisions and responses become possible rather than waiting for the approval of the latter, as in a centralized system. Limitations of decentralization. There could be a problem of a common policy control, as each department may have its own policy different from others. Number 2, the head of the institution may get isolated from the ground realities. Number 3, there is a tendency towards disintegration if too much latitude is given to the heads of individual units or departments. Number 4, it can at times be a hotbed of controversies. With this, we conclude today's topic, and I hope students you have enjoyed. Thank you.